Hello everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on LELB Society. I'm Dr. Hariri. I'm a professional blogger on LELB.net, and also actually I'm an educator on my website, which is a weblog to practice English academically at LELB.net. I've been working on my website for 3 years, and over the passage of time, actually, I've gained so much information, and I'm going to share my information with you on, particularly in this video, on how to increase the speed of your page load. That is actually the page load speed of your website, which is run on WordPress. Okay, so let me refer to this is my website. As you can see, LELB Society is standing for Learn English to Live Better. And okay, so the first and foremost, let me just tell you that you are not supposed to install and download so many plugins, because WordPress has numerous plugins, so you need to be selective. Do not download and install any plugin that your eyes just see. So you need to be selective. To be more specific, my website actually has just 30 plugins. I have installed just 30 plugins, as you can see here, and they just satisfy my needs. So this is number one. And you can I really recommend you use the services from addthis.com. As you can see, addthis.com, actually this great website can make you independent of many plugins. So you just use one JavaScript code, and you just copy and paste it into the header of your WordPress, and you do not need any, for example, opt-in web plugin or any sharing plugin. So you just use one code that functions or works for a variety of plugins. Let me show you this, the features on addthis. Addthis.com. Just go to addthis.com, and let me just log into my account. So when you log into your account, you see, first of all, actually you have access to the analytics of your website, how many people actually have visited your website over the past for example 10 days or month. And there are tools. Go to the tools menu, and you can, for example, activate that share buttons, inline share buttons, something that you can see here on my WordPress site. Here it is, sharing. And also that could be in the form of floating, but for actually speed, for improving the speed of my website, actually I do not just place that floating sharing buttons actually on the left dock or right dock of my website. And also I have activated subscription via email feature through addthis, which could be just done with the help of some other plugins. But as I told you, with addthis.com features, you are independent of many plugins. And also follow me buttons, something that you can see here. These are follow buttons, from addthis.com, and it gives you analytics. So what could be better than this? And these are sharing buttons and actually follow me buttons. So I told you addthis is a must for a blogger. And so let me see. The other point is that let me before another point, actually, in order to optimize your images, which is a must, I recommend you use the save for web feature on Photoshop. I'm using an old version of Photoshop because I don't need to do complicated tasks, so just go to the files menu and then files tab and then save for web before uploading any image to your website. And so let me just close this window, and now let me explain or introduce some plugins that I've been using and I found them really useful. One of them is Smoosh image compression and optimization. Again, actually, as I told you, it optimizes all the images and photos on your website with 1 million active installations, which is so reliable, and this is a must. You need to use the services if you really care about the speed of your website. So the other plugin that I recommend is WP Optimize. WP Optimize, actually there is another plugin, Updraft Plus, which is basically in charge of just creating or making a backup of your website, but here we are not talking about actually about that. So we are here to discuss our findings with actually your speed issues. So WP Optimize, you need to just run this plugin every so often in order to optimize the database file of your WordPress. It can get rid of some unnecessary files and revisions, post revisions, pingbacks, and some let's say unwanted or unnecessary files on your WordPress files on the server. So as you can see, it has the number of active installations is 700,000, which is really great. So this is another WordPress plugin that I recommend so that you could just increase the speed of your website. So another plugin that I recommend is WP Fastest Cache. To be honest, I had been using the WordPress plugin Super Cache, and I thought that, or I was thinking that it was great. But when I substitute that WordPress plugin, Super Cache, with this one, WP Fastest Cache, actually the result is something that I can show to you here. I'm on you need to use that feature, Pagespeed Insights. Let me write it down. Pagespeed Insights on Google. Pagespeed Insight. Okay, page load. And as you can see here, for both mobile and desktop platforms, the status of my website is green. 98% for mobile, and here is the URL of one of my posts, LELB.net, live IELTS listening reading. So for mobile platforms 98, and for actually desktop platforms is 1881. And to be honest, I owe this much of success to these two plugins. One of them is Super Cache, as I said. Wonderful, it's great. And just get rid of Super Cache. Super Cache is useless. WP Fastest Cache. WP Fastest Cache. And another one is, here it is, Auto-Optimize. And they don't have any conflict with each other. If you use them altogether, actually there is no conflict or major issue. What these two plugins actually can really do, they do not give you lip services. they can just minimize JavaScript files and also minimize CSS and compress and minimize CSS, and even actually asynchronously load some other points, such as let's say Google Awesome Fonts and so on and so forth. So they are really great. And okay, another important plugin that is necessary in my idea, if you just upload so many photos and also so many embedded videos from YouTube, is BJ Lazy Load. BJ Lazy Load. This plugin, for example, if there are so many, as I said, images on your on one page, and the visitor actually is just scrolling down, such as, let me just scroll down on my WordPress. So first of all the images are not downloaded all of a sudden. As the reader is scrolling down, actually the images or embedded videos actually are downloaded, let's say in an order. So the visitor does not need to just download all of the images and embedded videos. So that's how it can help you to improve the speed of your page load. And I explained about that, smoosh, and yeah, you need to just check the speed of your page load, as I said, on Pagespeed Insight by Google. And what else? Yeah, if you're a blogger and commenting is so important for you, I recommend this commenting platform, WP Discuss, which is relatively a new commenting plugin. And you know what, it does have some features, you know, an all-in-one package for you. You know what are you seeing? What you are seeing here actually is run by commenting feature of WordPress Discuss. First of all, it uses Ajax feature, that is, for example, when you just publish a comment, the page is not loaded, so it is based on Ajax functionality. And also it gives you some HTML tags, such as making the font bold, italicized it, and so it just tempts the visitor to get engaged. And also you can customize the styling and format of the comment to make it more understandable and conspicuous. It does have voting, thumbing down and thumbing up, replying. For example, you see a new comment box just pops up. So this is beautiful and so tempting. And also it gives you some information about the number of commenters and whose comment is really hot. And so I recommend using this beautiful and functional, let's say, or functioning WordPress commenting plugin. So okay, so I explained about this one. And yeah, and the other point is that do not just place JavaScript buttons and leverages on top of the let's say on top of your website, because actually your website is based on HTML, so the first thing that your visitors actually are seeing is the HTML, so it must be prioritized. So if you really like to, for example, place some JavaScript codes, for example Skype button, just place that at the bottom of your website, not, for example, on top, because as I told you, HTML codes must be prioritized. So as you can see here, for example, I have embedded the videos not on top of the page but at the bottom of the page. And Yeah, and even actually these sharing buttons, I did not put them on top of the page but at the bottom of the page. So that's why I told you need to be really selective and mindful. And here are follow-up buttons. I didn't place them on top of the page but at the very bottom of the page. And be really economical about using some leverages and JavaScript code, such as, for example, I've placed one signal button and also a live chat button, and that's it. If you really care about this bit of your website, and you need to be considerate, because Google, if your site loads so late, Google does not index it very much as required. Okay, let me see. I think I explained everything to you about how to improve the speed of your website as far as my knowledge concerns. Alright, thank you very much for your attention. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to create more video tutorials on how to optimize WordPress blogging. Thank you very much and have a great time.